What's up, y'all? Live in the basement, episode 2. What's up, bro?
What's
What you
going
on?
on
What you
with it?
on? How you feeling?
All right, all
Feeling
right.
good?
Yeah,
You ready for our
feeling
next
good.
guest?
Yeah,
Yeah?
yeah.
You wanna go get him out? We got y'all Humble Maid, the one, the only, Arizona's very own. Bring him out. What's up, man?
Nah, direct from the feds. What's going on, Brody? Uh,
What's up with the P? Yeah.
What's
Get
up,
this shit
man?
going.
How you feeling?
Man, I'm feeling good. I'm looking good.
Oh,
You know what I'm saying? How you doing though?
I'm good. I'm good. We feeling good. We looking good. Audience, y'all interviewing with me, okay? So y'all chime in when you want, ask some questions, chat. Y'all interviewing too, ask questions if y'all want to, make comments, whatever. I'm gonna try my best to be, very attentive to you, but
Oh
to the
no,
chat
like I
too,
said,
okay?
hey, ain't no questions off limits. Ask what y'all want. You feel what I'm saying? Hey, we here tonight. We in the motherfucking basement.
Live in the basement.
Live and direct in full effect.
We got our drinks.
Oh yeah, we got the drinks right here. We get cheers one before we even, you
Wait,
know.
that's how we turn you
Yeah.
on. May, how many shots we in already?
We or me?
We
Yeah, shit.
and me. How many you had before I came?
I had a good amount. We're gonna leave that where it's at though. I had a good amount. What's going down though?
What's up? Okay, introduce yourself to the audience in your own words. Who are you?
Money man from the Fiend, from the Avenues, but I connect all the way down to the south, as everybody know. You know,
Okay, May, Money May. Okay, so it was Humble May.
it
Now it's
was.
Money May.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
What's that
That's
about?
I just feel like the name Humble Man, Humble was given to me by my bro Rod. Everybody know Rod. Y'all know Free Rollo. Humble Man was given to me by Rod, but I went with the name for a good amount of time, but I just felt like me putting or going with that name, like the name Humble, like made me like, if it makes sense, like stagnant in a way. And like
Okay,
a lot of times, like a lot of the bros or everybody would tell me like, I act too humble, or, I act like a lot of like, nonchalant about a lot of shit. So, I just after a while, I feel like a lot of artists do that though. Like they'll have a name and then they'll like
as
later
they
on they'll switch it up
yeah,
type
as
shit.
they
So
evolve.
I just got to the transition where I just switched it up. That's it.
Are we rebranding or
Yeah,
same old main just
nah, definitely rebranding for sure.
rebranding?
Yeah,
Okay, coming out with something new. Okay,
a
so
new game, same me. Just a new game.
New Year, New Year. I feel it. Okay, so where exactly are you from? When you say you're from Arizona, where are you from?
I'm from Phoenix, from the Avenues, from the west side of Phoenix. I grew up all through the west side of Phoenix, so I wouldn't specifically say I'm from anywhere in particular. I mean, I'm from 83rd. If we're gonna be like specific about it, I'm from 83rd, from the far west avenues. But yeah, I'm just from the avenues, from the west side of Phoenix.
I feel you.
Where you from?
Yeah. Okay. Let them know.
Yeah.
From the west side. But I be calling it the west side, but some people be like, no, the west side is over here pretty much. But I still be
Nah,
calling it
nah.
the west side.
Technically, the west side over here is the south side, but that's a different story.
Yeah.
The west side of Phoenix is where we from. From
Yeah.
the avenues is
Yeah.
the west side of
Over
Phoenix.
there.
For all that don't know, the avenues is the west side of Phoenix.
Let them know. We from the west side. Okay. Tell me about your childhood.
I mean, shit. I didn't honestly have much of a childhood. If I'm gonna be, just straight direct with it, I ain't have much in the childhood, which I don't. I don't dwell on or look back on it. Life is what it is. But
Yeah.
I jumped outside. I was outside early. Like I was outside as a child for real. So I grew up fast for sure, which I'm not bragging about, or it's not something I'm proud of, but I grew up fast, so I ain't have much as of childhood, but it is what it is though.
Yeah. Did you complete school? Were you
Nah, I stopped going to school the middle of my freshman year.
yeah?
Yeah,
And
so
you just
it was
said
I honestly around that time I just wasn't listening to nobody or wasn't listening to nothing, and me and like the bros, like the bros that's in here, we was just like at a point in life where we were just outside like so deep in the streets where it's just like nothing else mattered. So I wasn't listening to shit. I wasn't listening to being at school or nothing like that. So in the middle of my freshman year, I stopped going to school. And, I at times I do wish I would have just finished just for the experience,
Yeah.
but it is what it is now. I got kids now that will finish all the way through school since I didn't. So
No,
it
that's
is what it
true.
is. Though I don't dwell on the shit, or
Yeah.
I
No
don't.
regrets.
It be
You.
sometimes I be talking to people about like that type of shit, and like females in particular, and they're like, in a way, like try to feel bad for me. I'm like, nah, like life. What chose me chose me. I don't regret nothing. I don't regret how life went for me. I don't feel bad about it. It is what it is.
Yeah. It is what it is.
It is what it is.
So, what's your advice to teens that feel like, okay, freshman year come in and they got to make that choice? Are you telling them, hey, am I going? You telling them to continue my route, or what's your advice to them?
Nah, I would never get that advice to no younger person to take my route. I would always tell them to for sure finish school, because it's the experience. For me, I took it as like it was just an experience that I took for myself, because
Yeah.
I stopped going to school at such a young age, and like I said, I look back at it and wish I would have just finished for the experience. But no, I would never tell no younger kid, none of the younger generation to take my route, because my route, like I said, I was a kid, but I was too far in the streets, so I wasn't listening. And it just is what it is. I just wanted to be with the bros. We was outside doing a lot of bullshit. You feel me? But
Yeah.
we didn't. None of us had no guidance, and we all learned from each other and took from each other as we was coming up.
Yeah.
So it is what it is, though. But no, I would definitely tell the younger generation to make sure they
Stay in school.
stay in school for sure.
Handle
Like,
your business.
handle it for sure. You got
It's
to.
not that. It's not important as they think it is to
what
be in
you
the streets.
what you think you missing out on and what you think is going on outside, it's not that at all.
Yeah.
You feel me? So nah, for sure, stay in school and follow that shit through. And I'll tell the younger generation, the younger ones, to listen to your parents, because your parents, they already done lived everything that you think you lived. You ain't even almost there yet. So
No, for real.
a lot of times, like, I was the same way as a kid, didn't want to listen to nobody. Like I said, I was just outside with the bros. But I look back on it, I'm like, damn, like, as life go on and I make mistakes, I look at it like, damn, like, my relative here did try to warn me about this coming up, or did try to warn me about that. So I'll just tell them for sure to just listen to the older ones around you that care for you, because you may not like it in the moment, but they telling you what you need to hear for sure, because they already done lived what you
Yeah.
ain't lived yet. What you think you lived, they already done lived it. So just listen to the older ones around you. That's trying to guide you right and direct you right.
For sure. Now, you jumped outside early, but I still remember you being like the youngest one still,
Yeah,
right?
I was always the youngest one.
Always the youngest
Always.
one. How do you feel like, okay, the leaders that you look after, the right choices that you made as far as, yes, following certain people, or you know what, I shouldn't have been following them because I was younger?
Um, I mean, I just always looked at it like like I always went off like the energy and like the shit that was around me. Like, I was young, but I always knew what was going on. I always felt what was real. I always felt when something was off. So I always, it was just like connected like to the ones around me that was like just always genuine. Like, it was never nothing like that felt off about them at all.
Yeah.
You feel me? So it's just like, like I said, nobody had like no guidance. Nobody had no role models or nothing like that. We had each other. That's all we had was each other. So, we learned off each other mistakes. We learned off, just being with each other all day, every day. And, so yeah, that's how it kind of went for me. I just, I always just stay connected and stay close to the ones that